E aí? Quem tá no hype aí? E aí, Mike? Carrão Fernandes, Júnior Sincero Gamer. Vamos ver se a gente consegue transmitir aqui, né? Canal pequeno, vai que o YouTube derruba, né? O YouTube só quer que os grandes transmitam. Mas bora tentar aqui, vai começar.
Hello everybody, it's Jeff Keighley and welcome to this special Xbox game showcase and our pre-show here leading up to the big main showcase that happens in 1 hour at the top of the next hour. Welcome to YouTube Gaming and our exclusive coverage. This obviously is a different year for all of us in 2020, and normally every year I love getting together with everyone around the world to watch all the E3 events, but this year, of course, given where the world's at, we're doing things virtually. Before we get into this, I certainly want to acknowledge everything that is still happening around the world with the COVID pandemic, and certainly hope everyone is safe and feeling okay today and excited about video games, which I think have been a source of comfort for many of us in 2020. So today is really about celebrating games and the future of games and where games are going in the future. You know, this is still a big year for games and that new consoles are launching, and today is all about Xbox and the Xbox Series X, which is coming out this holiday season. Although today is less about hardware and is going to be more about the games. And in our pre-show, we've got a lot of great guests joining us to preview what we expect from Xbox. We also have some hardwares and some great new game stuff to show you guys as well. The Xbox story for Series X, of course, started last year at the Game Awards when we revealed the Xbox Series X hardware on stage. I certainly miss memories of thousands of people together and the excitement of shocking the world with that announcement last year. That was such a special moment that no one had any clue it was about to happen, and we revealed the hardware there. But of course, everyone wants to know about the games that are going to run on the system. And today is all about a game that was sort of mentioned in that teaser, Halo Infinite. You're going to get a first look at the gameplay of the campaign of Halo Infinite in the Xbox Game Showcase. That's something that we're all very excited to see. I'm sure we'll be talking about that a lot over the next hour. And Xbox has already said we're not going to hear a lot about hardware today. We don't expect to hear the release date for Series X. We don't expect to hear about pricing. It really is going to be a showcase all about games and focused a lot more on their first-party studios, meaning games that are coming exclusively to the Xbox ecosystem, which of course includes Game Pass and PC and even xCloud. There's a lot to talk about, kind of what Xbox is doing with gaming and their approach. So we've got some world premieres for you. We've got a lot of guests, so let's get ready for the countdown here. 58 minutes away from the show. Before we get to our first world premiere, though, I want to welcome you to talk about what we're expecting today from Xbox. So first up, joining me is my good buddy Jack Septic Eye. Jack, welcome to the show.
Hi. It's good to be here. Thankfully, it's a reasonable hour
early in the morning in Los Angeles. We've also got Lauren Side here. Lauren,
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Good to see you as well. And finally, we've got a guy who got to go up to Microsoft and check out the Xbox Series X hardware before lockdown.
Vocês poderiam estar lá no BRK
Austin, good to have you with us, man.
Poderiam estar lá no DM, no DK.
Yeah, great to have all you guys here. So
Poderia estar em qualquer lugar, mas vocês estão aqui.
About what you want to see from Xbox today. You know, they had an event back in May that people wanted to see even more from. They wanted to see, you know, more gameplay, more games. They wanted to see Halo. They're going to deliver that today.
Se ficar aí o Alan Fernandes aí até o fim,
as fans of games, what do you want to see at the top of the hour from Xbox? Let's start
with you.
Well, I mean, the big elephant in the room, the big chief elephant in the room is everyone just wants to see Halo.
Tamo junto aí, Hans,
I'm really curious because I'm not the biggest Halo fan, but even this one has kind of gotten me intrigued and excited. So I'm curious to see about that. I want to see more Hellblade
Galera,
2
é o
if we're going to get
seguinte.
some of that, because when we saw that trailer,
Melhor que final de Copa do Mundo, eu não sei se... Como é que tá o áudio aí, galera? Tá muito alto a transmissão? Tá tampando a minha voz? Como é que tá aí o negócio?
In engine there. I'm a sucker for FromSoft games. My heart's going to be broken when we don't see Elden Ring today, but it's been so long since it was announced, I need to see it somewhere.
O evento mesmo é 1h da tarde.
It still exists, and as long as I get a good...
Cadê a tradução simultânea?
I'll be happy.
Oh, wait, we got the world premiere voice guy.
Eu vou traduzir.
Voice here when we come to our first world premiere. So.
Hoje vocês vão ter muitos exclusivos.
Yes, as you said,
vocês, caixinhas, que esperaram a geração inteira por exclusivo de qualidade. Vocês vão ter agora, na próxima geração.
Is that the big thing for you, like seeing Halo? What are you excited?
Começando com Halo Infinite.
No, so I feel like Halo was like my first introduction into like first-person shooter games and why I should not play them because I'm horrible at them. But that was like my first. It holds a special place in my heart.
A menina tá dizendo, não, o Xbox vai trazer muitos jogos agora.
I'm really
excited. Eu prefiro jogar todos
like
nos PC porque o PC é melhor.
So the medium, I really, really want to see more about. I want to see gameplay. They haven't told us a whole lot about it, but I'm living for it, like the Silent Hill music, everything. And Everwild is the other one I'm really interested for, like to see more about, because both of those are kind of a mystery. I haven't seen much on them.
Oh, that's great, because as you said, there are lots of other games across the
studio.
Ele
vai já passar para mim, galera. Espera aí que eu vou já comentar aqui sobre
from Rare looked really interesting. I agree. Hopefully we'll get to see something on that. Tim Schafer's got Psychonauts that, they acquired that studio. Hopefully there'll be an update on that one. And they said Microsoft's got so many studios, so many games across the portfolio that I think we'll get hopefully some new game announcements and also some updates on those existing ones.
Aqui pelo notebook.
Austin, you are one of the few people I think in the world that got to check out Series X. You got to check out Gears, how that was looking on the hardware and everything like that. So you have a really interesting perspective on this.
Eu tenho que correr lá pro
canal do Xbox today.
Do Xbox, né?
So, I mean, I love.
Porque aqui eu tô no canal do The Game Awards.
Right? I want to see the 120 FPS and the HDR
quando terminar aqui,
and all the ray tracing. I'm really interested in seeing kind of like what this next generation is able to do as far as pushing the envelope forward, right? I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm going to be all over Halo. I really want to see what they're able to do, especially considering that that's going to be a game that will be on Xbox One and sort of assuming PC and Series X, and kind of seeing how they're able to stretch that. And I'm definitely a huge fan of the Forza franchise, right? I mean, that's sort of been really, you look back at the Xbox One generation for me.
Você espera quantos jogos bons? Eu espero
the
todos.
Forza games as well as the Horizon games more than anything else, right? So that's
mas pelo menos uns dois AAA aí, 9IP.
What I'm really curious about
a gente espera, né, cara?
Good look at kind of what this new slate of titles look like, right? I mean, obviously we know that there are a bunch of games that are coming out for the holiday season. I'm assuming we're probably going to see some games kind of teased for the next maybe year or two or whatever the case is. But I really want to see a good sense of what the Xbox Series X.
Tô na espera de pelo menos 5 jogos exclusivos novos.
I got to try a couple of tech demos. I know the specs. I know all the kind of the basic stuff. But what I really want to do is kind of see how all of that comes together and brings what this next generation's all about.
Tá muito mal acostumado com PlayStation.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. It's, they keep saying how powerful this console is. Like, we want to see that power, right? And see what this is able to do. And Microsoft's philosophy on Xbox that Phil Spencer has expressed is, a little bit different than PlayStation. And they're saying that all these games are going to show you today conceivably will still work on your current Xbox, will work on PC, and they might, they work better on the new Xbox. But I'm curious for you guys, how does that affect your sort of decision on what you're going to do with Xbox? Like, what's going to cause you to want to upgrade to the next system? Because it's different. That Halo, as you said, will work probably on, if you have an Xbox right now, it'll work on the current system.
Eu acredito que esses caras vão ficar só conversando, não vai mostrar nada não,
is why it's going to be even better on the next one.
Yeah,
I think for definitely what I expect.
Yeah, I think for me, what I like most about the Xbox that kind of sits in my house is, like, we always get Sony with their exclusives, and I would love to see some really cool exclusives come out of Microsoft today. It's the thing that people keep talking about all the time. But I love the kind of home entertainment aspect of my Xbox. I love the kind of UI and the speed of the system, and kind of sitting down. I use it for everything. I only use my PlayStation for gaming, but I really use my Xbox for almost everything. I watch Netflix on it. I watch movies, and I play my 4K Blu-rays and everything on it, because my PlayStation couldn't do that. So I'm really curious to see how they evolve kind of the OS of the system, and make it snappier and faster, and able to switch between games on the fly, and being able to have all of those old games.
Galera, isso aqui é o pré-show, não é o evento ainda do Xbox. Isso aqui é o pré-show.
And I'm curious to see how far that goes and how many games you can really play with that, and how far they're pushing it and stuff like Game Pass has come out, it's kind of a game changer because there's so many times when I just go on, and I don't want to buy a new game, but Game Pass is a good way of kind of trying it out and testing it and just downloading it there and playing straight away. I really love that aspect, so I want to see how far they push that and xCloud, I think, is what their trump card will be this time. At least for me personally, the way I consume
jogo tipo multiplataforma, né?
Yeah, no, I think that, as you said, the Game Pass is another big part of it. That, you know, a lot of these games now come out as part of Game Pass. I think Microsoft has said kind of all their first-party titles are in Game Pass, and that I think lets people sample more games, right? It's no longer like you have to spend $60 to play everything. Also, I wanted to ask you about the specs and the the frame rates and all that type of stuff. You know, you live in the world of tech and RDNA architectures and whatnot. Like, what do you think? What does that all mean to the gamers? Like, how do you think the games are going to be different, or what are the things we should look for here in ray tracing and things like that? Like, what do you think are going to be some of the big leaps that we're going to see in some of these games, hopefully, today?
So I think the interesting way of looking at the previous generation, sort of Xbox One, PS4, going into this new generation, is that it's a much more well-rounded package, right? So something like the Xbox Series X, spec-wise, it is equivalent to a very high-end gaming PC. That's not something we've seen in the console space.
Valeu, galera. Quem quiser acompanhar aí com a gente.
It had good graphics. It was able to provide some really impressive games.
São 12:11.
Red Dead 2 running on.
Falta 49 minutos de linguiça aí para começar o evento do Xbox.
Sort of accomplished. But the thing is, this generation, with the Series X, we have not only the SSD, which
Olha quem puder compartilhar a live aí, chamar os amigos aí conhecidos.
But, a few second load times. But also you have that really powerful CPU, which is going to enable these bigger open worlds, sort of more interesting looking physics. And then you have on the graphics side, not only sort of more detailed things, and I think the higher frame rates are something that, especially as more and more TVs are developing that sort of tech, that people are going to really start to appreciate. But also these new features like ray tracing, right? Which are just going to help ground these worlds in a much more sort of realistic sort of location. Like, I guess, for me, it's more about making the console a much more complete package, right? You're not sort of sacrificing because you're playing on your PC versus your Xbox or anything. Like, you're going to be getting a very similar level of performance. And in a lot of cases, something like the Series X is going to be significantly more powerful than any other gaming device in your home.
Yep. All right. Well, hopefully we're going to get to see some of that. Lauren, you get the last word here. Anything you're hoping is a surprise today? You talked about some of the games we know about, like the Medium and Everwild. Anything that you're secretly hoping they show here in some way?
I was looking yesterday to see if there was anything I could think of that like they could surprise me with.
Cara, o evento mesmo.
Been more of like PC gamer.
O evento mesmo do Xbox.
So
ele vai ser legendado em português. Esse aqui, que é o pré-show, é o evento aqui do cara do The Game Awards, né? É só pra encher linguiça e até começar o evento mesmo.
Bringing me into that ecosystem, if they can do that, like, then they've surprised me. So
no, and that's part of what they're trying to do here. Is you said, you can play all this stuff on your PC, you can play, on your phone via xCloud, and bringing more games to more people. So, as you said, hopefully we'll see a bunch of games today, right? And we know Halo is going to be a big focus, but obviously they've got a lot of other things to fill out that hour. All right, well, thanks, Lauren, Austin, and Jack. We will see you guys later. We'll all be watching
Melissa
live.
Soares,
and we do have
seja bem-vinda. Salve,
salve. Throughout this show, we've got a number. I think we've got over, a half dozen things we're going to show you guys over the next 45 minutes here to give you a little preview of some stuff that will be coming to Xbox, and we're going to start right now with this world premiere announcement. Check it out.
Opa! World premiere, bora ver. Square Enix.
You're the reincarnation of the Luminary.
Know this. The Luminary is the root of all evil and will bring naught but misery to our realm.
A hero will surely arise to take the sword in hand once more.
Domo, game designer no Horiyu desu. 1986年に日
本で第一
作目となるドローンクエストというロールプレイングゲームを発売して今年で34周年を迎えました。今回シリーズ本編最新作のドローンクエスト 11S が Xbox プラットフォームで発売され、さらにゲームパスにも登場します。
Sério?
なんと Xbox にドローンクエストが初登場ということで、僕も
Dragon Quest no Xbox e no Game Pass?
皆さんにドローンクエスト 11S の魅力を紹介していきたいと思います。ドローンクエストでは自分自身が主人公になって魅力あふれる仲間と共に世界を救う壮大な冒険の
Beleza, hein?
冒険の舞台は
Os RPGzinhos japoneses aí chegando.
広大な世界です。街は武器を買ったりクエストを受けたりできる冒険の拠点です。重要な話も聞けるでしょう。モンスターとのバトルでは戦士や魔法使い、盗賊、舞踏家などキャラクターの特性を生かした戦術で戦います。出現するモンスターも可愛いものから恐ろしいものまで多くのモンスターがいます。
Bem legalzinho, velho. O jogo RPGzinho aí, viu?
スライムは1作目から登場している人気者なんですよ。その他にも昔懐かしい 2D モードや
Olha o 2D aí.
過去のシリーズの作品の世界を体験できるサブクエストなどのやり込む要素も満載です。いよいよ Xbox プラットフォームに登場する日本の RPG の王道ドローンクエスト 11S をお楽しみください。発売は2020年12月4日です。それではまた。
E aí, Vaide? Primeira novidade Dragon Quest no Xbox.
Coming for the first time to Xbox, and now we're gonna get right into another world premiere. This is a brand new game announcement. A smaller team and studio that has a new title to announce today on the pre-show. So take a look at this.
Mais outro, mais outro. World premiere. FPS, hein? Essas travadas é de lá mesmo, viu? Essas travadas vêm de lá. Quer ser Titanfall? Power Ranger? Os Megazord ali. Interessante. Mistura de Titanfall com Power Ranger.
All right, that's Exomecha, a brand new free-to-play game coming in late 2021, and that's a first look at that. We do have more new games and some cool stuff. We've got something very cool to wrap up the pre-show as our last premiere that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So stick around, and of course, at the top of the hour, we're going to get a look at a lot of the first-party games from Microsoft, including the world gameplay debut of Halo Infinite. Right now, though, we're going to turn to our second panel to preview what we're hoping, all our hopes and dreams for Xbox today. Joining me first off is Aaron Hansen from the Game Grumps. Aaron, you ready for blanks?
Oh, dude, you're way ahead of me, brother. I was all blinked up, and you just brought the heat, man.
You've been waiting all summer for this moment. Will the time sweeper return? All right, good to have you with us, Aaron. We got Danny O'Dwyer from No Clip. Hey, Danny, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? I'm just really happy for Aaron to get his blinks. He's been waiting for like, was it a month since we talked on PlayStation? You know, forget all these new studios and all these new games that all their acquisitions are going to do. It's all about the blinks.
Bring back the time sweeper, right? That's clearly the closer of the show, right? You must know something. And finally, we've got Alana Pierce joining us. Hey, Alana.
Hey, how you doing?
Esse aqui é o pré-show, galera. Esse aqui é o pré-show.
We're ready to go. This is Xbox Day. Going to be hopefully some excitement for all of us with what Xbox has in store. So we joked about Blinks, but Xbox has a lot of franchises, a lot of history in gaming over the past 20 years. I'm going to open with the same question I had for the last panel. What are your hopes? What are your expectations? What do you want to see from Xbox in this next hour that's going to, you know, convince you that
mostraram dois jogos aí. Primeiro foi o Dragon Quest, depois jogo aí.
Aaron,
parece Titanfall.
Beyond that, what else can they do for you for that?
Well, you know, if I'm gonna be honest, man, I want to know what the heck's going on.
Ih! Deu uma travada lá, hein? Travou geral mesmo agora.
All right, so Exo Becca clearly at the top of the pile. They've already
Travou
won.
Lá, mas eu
Danny,
voltei.
You know, we visit a lot of studios around the world when we can. Hear about them. You know, hear their stories. No Clip, you do some incredible documentaries. From your perspective, like, what does Xbox have to do today? What do you want to see in this hour showcase?
Well, we've had Microsoft, you know, doing a lot of acquisitions over the past couple of years, and a lot of studios that were sort of working on games, perhaps, or working on smaller games for them. So I think what I'm excited for today is for a bunch of those studios to maybe show something off. So one studio we visited earlier this year was Obsidian, who were working on Grounded. They've been acquired by Microsoft in the interim, or just prior to that. So I'm interested to see if we'll see what everyone hopes, which is a big budget Obsidian role-playing game. That's kind of on my top list of things I'd like to see. And then the other one is what's happened to Fable.
Cereja do bolo é o evento principal. Uma hora, já é 12h20.
Rumor that Playground, who work on the Forza series, may have sort of taken up the mantle on that. It's been rumored that they've been working on some sort of open world role-playing game as well. So those are kind of the two that I'm looking to see. And just anything else from the rest of their acquisitions, like Double Fine. I'm sure they're not the small team, so
Double Fine é o estúdio que a Microsoft comprou recentemente.
Você
quer mostrar o jogo dele?
No, I think RPGs is a great genre, right? Where it's like Xbox has done lots of action games, but doing RPG stuff, I think, is an opportunity for them to show some great stuff in the RPG genre. Alana, what's you know, I know you've been fan of
Estes são dias divertidos, não é o mesmo que estar na E3 com milhares de jogadores, mas ainda empolgado. Nervoso e agradecido por trabalhar nesse setor. Onde quer que você jogue, espero que goste de ver os jogos que os estúdios trabalham duro para trazer para vocês.
I really want a new Fable, like Danny said. It's rumored that Playground Games are working on it, and I buy that rumor. They hired a lot of people from a lot of studios known for making really big games.
Esse aqui é o pré-show do Geoff Keighley, né? O apresentador do
I love that world, and I feel like
do GOT.
Something so pleasant about a British RPG, like the humor captured.
Estou falando sobre os estúdios, falando sobre os jogos.
Obviously, Peter Molyneux would no longer be attached.
Quero ver Hellblade. Será que vai ter ela?
That's what I really want. Also really obviously excited to see more Halo. I'm very curious to see if any of the Perfect Dark rumors hold up.
Será que vai ter gameplay de Hellblade, cara?
But
sei não,
to
hein?
Get away from games hype, I really want to know more about xCloud. I'm kind of hoping that we hear a little bit about xCloud and what they're planning to do with that in the future after that Game Pass announcement, which is super
exciting. Gostei da cadeira game dela, amarelinha. Show de bola.
No, I think you're right. There's such an interesting story there around what's happening with Xbox Live, with Game Pass, this idea of, you know, having the, you know, a subscription sort of approach, right? Versus buying $60 games time and again. It seems like part of Microsoft's approach is, you know, very Netflix-like, and that you're going to sort of get all these games, all this content, and that'll mean big games, but also, you know, potentially smaller games that people are more likely to sample. Which I think is, you know, a huge opportunity here to see a diversity.
Essa pandemia mudou tudo mesmo, né, cara? Era pra estar num eventozão gigantesco na E3, no palco, monte de gente.
Let's talk about Halo.
Ó, o Polar aí mandou um superchat, valeu, Polar. Manda um salve pra minha prima Gisele. Salve, salve, Gisele. Seja bem-vindo aí, Polar, no canal. Gisele também quiser se inscrever no canal, acompanhar aí. Tamo junto, galera. Obrigadão aí.
think it was last year at E3, we saw kind of we've actually the past 2 E3s, we saw kind of teaser assets for Infinite. Originally, we saw kind of the engine, and then last year we saw, sort of an in-game sequence, or at least rendered in engine. What are your hopes? What does Halo have to do?
Esses caras falam, viu, mano?
Obviously a legendary franchise. I think there's a big opportunity here for them, but it's a very competitive space with first-person action games right now. What do you want to see in a new Halo? What will convince you that Halo's back on top?
More Chief, less Locke. That's my number one.
I think we'll get that.
Contaram piada,
I think
gente.
so too. I feel like that's something that they've really focused on, and I know that they got a lot of criticism for the story, and I'm actually, from what I've
Começando a ficar nervoso, velho.
Halo Infinite's development got
Tô gelado. Acho que eu vou tomar copo de açúcar.
People were so upset about the Locke
copo
focus
com
on the last
açúcar.
game. Halo's an interesting one in that I don't want it to shift too far from classic Halo, because that's
Alana,
sort of been with me my whole life.
Gostei de você.
But I would also, same token, like
Seu plano de fundo do Halo tá bem borradinho.
I feel like that's
Parecendo
really
o mundo aberto do Ghost of Tsushima.
I want something that kicks me in the feels, like Reach did, or like ODST did. But with the lore and the nerdiness of probably a Halo 2, just as long as Chief's with me the whole way.
Ela tá com chroma key, velho.
Yes, as you said,
tá usando chroma key.
A focus on Master Chief. In terms of the style of gameplay, Danny, we see kind of first-person games going in different directions, co-op with other sort of, aspects to it. The sandbox style of Halo is something that I think people really like, the skirmishes and whatnot in the gameplay. Do you think, does that still hold up in 2020, or what do you, when you see this demo or gameplay footage, what are you going to be looking for that's going to cue to you like Halo's back?
Yeah, I think that's the big sort of question on this. When we first saw Infinite, it was around the time that big sort of shift into games as a service was happening, where games like The Division and, I mean, Destiny is obviously the sort of most obvious one. We're turning into these platforms that we're getting catered to and new content over and over and over again. And obviously the word Infinite sort of implied something along those lines. So I'm really interested to see, Halo, when it first came around, and then when it had its sort of like soft reboot in a way with Halo 3, it's sort of like re-emergence. I feel like it was very much a game that was pushing both single player and multiplayer, and also just a lot of interconnectivity with different types of modes and stuff. So it's always been on this sort of bleeding edge of like gameplay design. And the other side of it that I'm really interested in is just how the Slipspace engine works, because they've had access to the hardware, or they've known what the hardware was going to be like longer than anyone. So really, we always look at the Forzas as the, beautiful showcases for new hardware, but I think in the same way, whatever we see from that gameplay is going to give us a real indication of just how good games can look on this system.
No, that's a great point. I think, as you said, this is hopefully going to be the high bar of, what we can look for visually and in terms of gameplay and the experience with it. Aaron, are you much of a Halo guy besides the the Blink skin or something like that? What's going to convince you that this is the first-person action game to get?
Well, for me, Halo's always all been about multiplayer, right? So like, I was never huge for the single-player campaigns. I always played online, always played with friends, and the thing that I really hope is that there's sort of like a dedication to the old style of Halo, right? Like, I feel like every game
now mostraram dois jogos,
heroes this, heroes that, and I love Overwatch.
E só conversa.
If we're playing Halo, I want to go back to Deathmatch. I want to go back to Capture the Flag, King of the Hill. Like, I'm way into that kind of gameplay. So if they can like modernize that and make it still have that sort of, like it feels new. It doesn't feel like, oh, they're just re-releasing Halo or like Unreal Tournament or something. That's what I'm looking forward to, is what can they do with multiplayer.
I'll take a re-release of Unreal Tournament.
Vai, filho, was premiere.
Yeah, there we go.
Also, I did like Halo 5 multiplayer. I was actually okay with that. I am just more scared about kind of what you said, Danny, that they're going to Destiny-ify the single-player campaign, which is a very profitable thing to do. So I get why studios want to do that, but I'm scared.
Yeah, I know you said how they blend single and multiplayer, and it sounds like they're talking about campaigns. I don't know if we're even going to get much on the multiplayer, so you said how that's all going to blend together and how they're going to kind of explain what it is, right? And that's part of the thing with these streams sometimes. we see lots of footage, but then we have all these questions afterwards about like, well, what is this? What are we actually seeing? Is that a co-op? Is that single player? So we will have Aaron Greenberg from Xbox is going to join us afterwards to break down some of what we see, and hopefully we'll get some information in the show as well about what they're doing with Halo. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. We will all watch everything together here at the top of the hour, and we are about 30 minutes away from the live Xbox game showcase. We don't know where it's going to start or where it's going to end, but the one thing we do know is that Halo Infinite is going to be there.
Os caras só falam de Halo,
up there as well, so you guys can wait with us. But we've got
much só vai ter Halo nesse evento e acabou.
World premieres show you guys right now. We've got an update on a game that is coming out later this year. You just saw it at Ubisoft Forward. Here's a new look at Watch Dogs Legion.
World premiere.
Ladies and gentlemen, London is fucked.
Albion Security's contract has been extended indefinitely.
A crooked spy agency lurks in the shadows.
It's basic tradecraft. Want to sell a lie, weave it into the truth.
And organised crime has grabbed the whole city by the bollocks.
The Kellys have got a human organ black market.
No, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise tonight.
The government's literally letting Albion shoot us in the street.
You need to build a resistance. Recruit anyone in the whole city. And I really mean anyone. Genius hackers, hard grafters, idiots, everyday people with something to fight for and something unique to offer. The right person for the job, or the ones you least expect.
The city needs a resistance, and it starts with you. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm in.
Welcome to the Resistance.
Esse Hot Dogs 2 é o Cyberpunk em terceira pessoa, mano. Ó, tá todinho Cyberpunk. Só que em terceira pessoa.
Find them. Recruit them. Welcome to the Resistance.
29 de outubro.
All right, well, as we've mentioned quite a few times, we are going to get a first look at the campaign of Halo Infinite, and I asked what he wants to see in a brand new Halo. You may know Ninja for many things over the past few years, but he actually started and created quite a stir with all his awesome.
Os caras estão fazendo hype todinho do evento no Halo, cara. Esse evento só vai dar Halo mesmo.
Without further ado, let's hear from Ninja about what he wants to see in a brand new Halo. Tyler, take it away.
Oi aí, armação. Olha o Ninja.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm excited to see what Xbox has in store. And here's what I want out of Halo. If Halo Infinite can just give us a incredible campaign to close out just the classic series with a beautiful.
O Ninja que ele era jogador de Halo, né? Ele era jogador de Halo, só jogava Halo, aí depois que dá a entrada do Fortnite, aí ele começou a jogar Fortnite direto.
And just really amazing, iconic maps. I feel like a lot of people loved the Halo 1, Halo 2, and Halo 3 maps that came out. They felt so fun, whether it be super bouncing from Halo 2, nading all the weapons off and learning all that in Halo 1, and just the flow of Halo 3. It was just something so incredible. Played all of them, I loved them all, and if Halo Infinite can just get that down.
Galera, se prepara.
Down, right? Give us amazing weaponry.
Se prepara que esse evento aí, o maior destaque vai ser o Halo mesmo, viu? Os caras estão fazendo um hype monstro no Halo, cara. O Halo vai ser a estrela desse evento aí.
Awesome. Well, we'll see how much of that comes true, hopefully at the top of the hour when we get a look at Halo Infinite. Thanks to Ninja for joining us. on the show. Now it is time to get to another world premiere, a net new game that you haven't heard about. And this one comes from my home country, my home province of Ontario, Canada.
O World Premiere é algo que não foi mostrado, o Watch Dogs 2 já foi mostrado.
Brand new game from a smaller studio that you haven't heard about, but I think looks pretty cool. Check out this world.
World Premiere. World Premiere. Nem cadê a voz, cara? World Premiere. Começou o festival de indie. Kokukuge. Um RPG de turno? Olha, gostei. Um RPGzinho de turno. Parece Inside essa parte aí. Echo Generation. Legalzinho, cara. Jogo da nova geração aí, galera.
Definitely some Stranger Things vibes to that one.
Mas é legalzinho esse jogo.
Echo Generation with the hockey
Entrando no Game Pass a
smash.
gente joga.
Very exciting. All right, now it's time to get to another world premiere. Check this out. Oh wait, we got YouTube creators first of all. Sorry, I get so excited. I think there are more.
Oh, Mike.
Coming. We do have more coming.
Valeu pelo like aí, Mike.
Actually, we're going to hear from a number of YouTube creators around the world to hear what they're looking forward to from Xbox. Hopefully at the top of the hour. So let's check this out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Garu and I'm a content creator on YouTube. And today I'm so much
Esse cara tem as sobrancelhas igual a minha, velho.
Because with this, we're gonna get ourselves the brand new Halo stuff. And I used to play Halo back in 2011 and 2012. And I just used to
Essa é a nova geração,
map on Halo 3 than actually playing the game.
É simulador de morango, RPG de bonequinho. Só que vai dar.
And it just used to be a fun game in general. Like, can anyone forget about the skulls? Like, we used to have to like go ahead and collect them. Like, I could go in for hours on Halo, okay? Because with those skulls, you go ahead and try different stuff. And there just used to be so many variations.
Eu acho que esse jogo aí sai no Xbox One também, o
King of the Hill, Juggernaut, and
precisa comprar o Series X não.
So I'm super excited for the brand new release of this game, especially for content creators.
Valeu, Mike, tamo junto aí, mano. Obrigado aí por ser membro do canal. Por estar sempre presente aí, tamo junto, parceiro.
We can go on replay file on theater mode and capture some cool moments that we actually had in the game. So I really wish in the brand new Halo we get ourselves the co-op game mode with that, you know, the one all the fun game modes that we used to have in Halo.
9 horas? Ou é o tempo do vídeo aí, 21 minutos?
Bring back a lot of memories. So yeah,
acho que é o tempo do vídeo,
and hopefully you guys are excited for this brand new game and for the event. Peace out.
Hey guys, Metal Jesus here.
Metal Jesus Rocks.
I remember buying my very first Xbox. I have it right here.
Aí, ó.
The beautiful,
eita, cara, bonito, ó, velho.
Halo Edition Xbox.
Halo Special Edition.
I absolutely fell in love with it. So ahead of its
Lindo,
time.
viu?
And so many great AAA games as well as hidden gems. And then when it came time for the Xbox 360, well, this was my machine of choice right here. I have the Special Edition E3 2005 faceplate on here. And check this out. This was back when you had to have an external Wi-Fi adapter. It wasn't a machine, but man, I have so many great memories playing.
Esse é o Gears 3, eu acho. É o primeiro.
Now, when it comes to the Xbox One, I'll admit I was a bit late to the party on that one. But I
eventually
did pick up the Xbox One X. You see the Gears edition.
Queria esse X do Gears aí, ó, mano.
I was blown away by this. It's excellent.
Principalmente o controle.
Are absolutely amazing on it. And so, from what I've seen so far of the Xbox Series X, it appears that my
Xbox clássico era gigante, velho. Olha o tamanho. Maior do que o One X.
Over the last couple of years, and there is that awesome backwards compatibility, which is important for collectors like me. So, yeah, I definitely think it's going to be pretty cool.
Bonito Xão assim, ó.
Hola amigas, amigos, yo soy Antrax. Wow, Halo, qué recuerdos tengo con este título, con este juego. Hizo mi infancia la más divertida de todas. Recuerdo que con el Halo 3 la campaña me la pasé en todos los modos posibles, en solitario y con amigos. El modo en línea, una chulada, lo mejor del mundo. Depois com el Halo,
você tá com cara de chroma key esse cenário dele aí. Jogador de Minecraft.
Perfectas. Con Halo 4 recuerdo que mi primer trabajo entré a trabajar para poder pagar el juego. Y entonces eso me ha causado una gran felicidad todo el tiempo con Halo. Es un juego que hizo mi infancia, mi adolescencia y estoy seguro
gastando o hype no Halo, viu?
Con este nuevo título, nueva entrega, estoy seguro que va a ser lo mejor.
Hey, Summer Game Fest audience, Lamar Wilson here, and here are the 5 games.
Olha o cara do Zoombox.
So the first one is Halo Infinite. Now, I came into Halo late with Halo 5. I know. But I loved it so much and I can't wait to see what's next. Then there's a new game from Rare called Everwild. It just looks amazing and breathtaking. I have no idea what the game's about, but I want to see it. Number 3, I definitely want to see
Mas diabo que o Ninja ainda aparece nas coisas da Microsoft. Cara, o Ninja, ele começou o canal dele jogando Halo, gente. Ele era jogador de Halo. Quando foi lançado o Fortnite, aí ele pegou e focou no Fortnite. Mas ele era jogador de Halo. É por isso que ele tava dando tava contando a experiência dele no Halo lá.
I just want more. Why do I want more? Man, am I crazy? Yes, I am.
Lamar, fully decked out
cara
his
é comédia,
Xbox gear,
mano.
ready for the show, and it was so cool to have gamers from around the world joining us from India and Mexico, and obviously here in the United States, because one of the things I think we found this year more than ever is that games bring us together, and people are watching all around the world. So I want to say hello to everyone watching this special event, where hopefully we're all just going to be excited about games as we watch through it. And the stream is coming up in about 18 minutes. You can watch it live right here on this feed. We're going to go right into it, and then immediately
o gordinho ali é do Zoombox, né, gente? Eu também assisto de vez em quando os vídeos dele.
Featured in the showcase, and Aaron Greenberg from Xbox will be joining us to answer questions, and we'll also have some creators join us as well to grade.
12:41, menino.
And we'll also do a poll on Twitter, so make sure to vote on that. But right now, it is time to get to another world premiere. This is a sequel to a game that if you watch YouTube Let's Plays and YouTube gaming videos...
Lá vem outro World Premiere, lá vem outro. World Premiere. Ah, meu pai, lá vem outro indie. Prepara os corações aí pros indies, menino. Prepara. Esse jogo aí eu conheço. É do vizinho lá, né? Tá no Game Pass esse jogo aí. Acho que é uma DLC isso aí, sabia? Mas acho que eu vou jogar esse jogo, velho. Esse jogo é legalzinho. Eu acho que isso é uma DLC dele. O vizinho quer... A gente entra na casa dele, descobre uns segredos e tal. Esse jogo é legalzinho. Acho que isso é uma DLC do jogo, isso aí. Ou é o 2? Se não for DLC, deve ser o 2, o 3, sei lá. A gente tem que entrar na casa do vizinho. Travou. Vixe! Ferrou, velho! Ferrou! Vai voado! Eita, perseguição! Pegou, ó. É o 2 aí, ó. Vixe, era ele que tava fantasiado, velho. O 1 tá no Game Pass, esse jogo é bem legal, velho. Vou trazer live dele. É da hora. Você tem que invadir a casa do vizinho e tal, explorar lá. Aí esse coroa aí, ele persegue a gente.
And we've got some more games still to come, and we are 14 minutes away from the start of the showcase.
Esse jogo é da hora.
Xbox. It's going to last almost exactly 1 hour. So there'll be an hour showcase in 15 minutes and then our post-show afterwards. But right now we're going to take a look at the ID at Xbox program, a great program this week actually. If you're on Xbox, there's a Summer Game Fest demo event, over 70 games that you can download and preview for free. One of the big things I wanted to do with Summer Game Fest was give everyone a chance to play more games at home, and I want to thank
12h45, eita, tá chegando.
Unusual circumstances where we don't have big consumer events to go and play games. But right now, let's take a look at ID at Xbox, and there are some glimpses of some new games in here as well.
Outros Premiere. World Premiere. Ah, esse jogo já apareceu, velho. Esse jogo não é World Premiere, não. É os indies que já foram mostrados. ID Xbox. A galera fresca com esses jogos indies, mas tem muito jogo indie que é da hora, velho. Da hora mesmo. Eu sei porque eu já joguei muitos. E é muito bom também de fazer os 1000G. Esses joguinhos assim, ó. Esse da raposinha aí vai ser da hora. Vai ser estilo aquele Zeldazinho. Olha, ó. Eu acho que esses jogos aí vão entrar todos no Game Pass, hein? Os jogos independentes. Da raposinha ali vai ser da hora demais. ID Xbox.
There you go, Shredder's snowboarding game. I missed my SSX, so that one looks really good.
Os 1000Gzinhos. A gente chega nesses 100 mil aí, hein, Júnior? A gente tá bem pertinho de chegar nos 100 mil. Eu ainda falta um pouquinho ainda. Tô um pouco a mais do que a metade do caminho.
The journey he wants to take us on with this game. I was really excited and honored to have the opportunity to share this with you. So this is a bit of a longer piece, but it takes you into the world of a brand new game. From a special creator in Japan.
World Premiere. Ficou melhor pra show.
Hello, Xbox One の皆様、スクエアエニックスの中裕二です。
Lá vem mais jogo japonês.
不思議な物語をお届けに参りました。僕は現在スクエアエニックスにいて、バランカンパニーという新しいブランドを立ち上げました。そしてここにいる昔ソニックやナイツを一緒に作った大島直人と20年ぶりにタッグを組んでアクションゲームを作っています。中さんがスクエアエニックスに行くと知った時はびっくりしました。僕も驚いたよ。しかしこうしてまた一緒にタッグを組んでゲームを作れること、そして僕たちが得意とするゲーム作りとスクエアエニックスが得意とする物語や音楽とが合わさり、誰も体験したことのない新しいゲームを世界中の皆様にお届けできることをとても嬉しく思います。今日僕たちが皆様にお届けするのはアクションゲームの全てを詰め込んだアクションゲームオブアクションゲーム、バランワンダーワールドです。アクションゲームにミュージカルの世界観を持ち込んで、
jogo de música,
一つでたくさんの衣装能力を使い進んでいくゲームになります。
苦悩や葛藤、人は誰しもがポジティブな気持ちとネガティブな気持ちのバランスを保ちながら生きています。しかしそのバランスが崩れた時、あなたはバランシアターに迷い込みます。悩める12人のキャストたちの心象世界をあなたはさまざまなアクションを駆使して進んでいきます。アクションの一つ一つが衣装に割り当てられており、その数はなんと80種類を超えます。衣装を次々に着替えながら各ステージに散りばめられた謎を解き、そしてネガティブな気持ちにとらわれてしまったキャストたちの心をあなたの手で取り戻してあげてください。
本作は24言語に対応予定です。Xbox
Parece que é aqueles joguinhos de música.
Xbox シリーズ X にももちろん対応し、片方のコンソールを持っていればどちらでも遊んでいただけるスマートデリバリーにも対応する予定です。世界中の皆様に 4K の最高画質で本作の世界を隅々まで楽しんでいただけます。ワンダーワールドの世界で皆様をお待ちしています。最後に今日は全世界初公開の映像も準備いたしましたので、どうぞご覧ください。It's show time.
Square Enix.
Balan Wonderworld, a strange and mysterious land that you visit when you come to a turning point in life. Over 80 different costumes, unlocking unique actions and abilities.
Oh no! Cara, da hora, viu? Estilo jogo de Nintendo Switch, velho. A trilha sonora. Balão Wonderworld. Show de bola. Vai sair no Xbox One.
The announcement of Balan Wonderland Nights was such a special and important game to me. I want to thank Nakasan and Square Enix for sharing that world premiere announcement with us here.
Quando tiver essas músicas eu vou baixar o volume.
There's even more good stuff though coming up at the top of the hour. We are just 6 minutes away, so we're going to have another group join us here as we count down in the final 5 minutes. We got Matt Pat joining us live from the Game Theorist headquarters.
It's over. I could check out right now. I am sold. Balan Wonderworld, #1 game. Over. Stand aside Halo Infinite. That was what I needed to see.
I was going to say, I was pretty excited when we got that. I'm like, okay, this pre-show is going to be pretty good. That's an exciting announcement. Yeah, just to have those guys back doing that. So, yeah, I agree with you, Matt Pat. All right, we've also got JD Witherspoon joining us. What's up, Ron? How you doing?
Yo, I'm chilling, man. I'm looking at this countdown for the showcase. I'm ready to put my helmet on and get it going, but I'm like, let's talk real quick.
I was gonna say we got 5 minutes, and joining us also is Allegra Frank from Vox. Allegra, how you doing?
Hey, I'm really good now. Like after Balan Wonderland, I'm with Matt. Yo, that's it. That's the end of the show for me.
We done. Yeah, no, it's nice, happy, uplifting. We need a game like that. So that was, yeah, a pretty good way to end the pre-show. It hopefully means there's even more big surprises coming in the main show. And let's talk about this. You guys are going to join us afterwards as well to react to what we see. So let's kind of get the preview. Balan Wonderland, but what else? What do you guys? Let me put it this way. What does Microsoft need to do to get an A from you watching this conference? So what's it going to take? Let's start with you, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, to me, we all know Halo Infinite is the big gem in their crown, right? Like, that's the piece that they're selling, the killer app. That is their killer app. But to me, you know, as a mild Halo fan, I want to see what is the other thing that's going to get me to buy this system in particular, and if it's not a neon green skin like we saw for the earlier Xbox generations to coat that big like obelisk that you're buying with Xbox Series X, Balan Wonderland or Balan Wonderworld might have sold it for me. It looks like exactly the sort of game that I need in 2020, that the world needs in 2020, and it hits me right in the nostalgia feels. So I needed another killer app for this system, and that might have been it.
Wow. All right. You guys are done in the pre-show. I like it. There are already high marks. JD, we know we're going to see Halo. Seems like you're sufficiently hyped if you've got your Master Chief helmet. What's it going to take to get an A from you in the post-show grade?
Well, I mean, obviously Halo. I would love for them to take the Halo Infinite and use it to be showcased the same way they showcased Halo 2 from the
Mas os caras não param de falar de Halo, velho.
I remember that. They did the gameplay, mixed
Os caras estão falando de Halo
then,
direto, meu irmão. Os caras todos no hype, no pique, doido pelo Halo.
Would be great. I don't know if they've ever put out that last Fable.
Papo Game BR, direto do grupo dos isentões, PJ. Valeu, mano. O 2B, Cibernética. Também é lá do isentões, né? Tamo junto aí, galera.
Intersected with the movies and
Estamos aqui no pré-show. Eu vou já passar lá pro canal lá do Xbox 1256, né? Eu acho que eu vou passar logo, viu?
Allegra, I know you're excited about Balan, what they're doing. What else will it take to hype you up to an A grade in the
1258 eu vou passar pra lá.
Right, I mean,
salve aí, Papo Game.
Excited me in the pre-show is pretty much what I would also want
a Nádia
show, which
tá com duas contas, é?
Interesting, sort of inventive, newer.
Esse 2B cibernético também não era tu, não?
I'm not a big, Halo nerd or Watch Dogs or just anything with a number after it, unless it's some like bizarre number that has nothing to do with the game. Like if it's a sequel, I'm pretty much.
E aí, Gabriel, beleza? Vai já começar, galera. Estamos aqui no pré-show, vou já passar lá pro canal lá do Xbox.
See some actual gameplay and a good emphasis on that because it really brings an interesting amount of diversity to Xbox. But in general, I like to be really surprised whether or not it's some.
Vou passar logo o que vai ter. Aqui é só linguiça, vou passar pra lá logo. Porque que eu tô no Xbox e pra mexer aqui é difícil. Ainda mais que o meu controle tá zoado. Xbox, cadê? O cara bota Xbox já aparece a 1000 graus, mas é isso. Aqui, ó, português. Vamos já começar, gente. Cadê o Xbox Brasil abrindo live? Não, eles não abrem não, não fazem não. Um minuto. Tu tá sabendo, PJ, boatos de live pra nova geração vai ser grátis, não precisa pagar pra jogar o ONU. Eu fiquei sabendo, mas... Vamos ver, né? Começar o choro. Vinte segundos. Três, dois, um. Já vai começar com o jogo. Mano, eu tô gelado, velho. Vou passar mal aqui. Mas eu virei caixista também, mano. Poxa. Xbox Game Showcase. Valeu, Wickers. Obrigado aí pela presença, mano.
The Mjolnir exosuit is now complete.
Oi?
Even though this technology will save humanity in the war to come.
Que armadura é essa?
I must remind myself.
Que armadura é essa? Eu acabei de aumentar. Quer que eu aumente mais aí?
Titanium alloy cannot prevail in the face of extinction.
É Halo, mano. É Halo, mano.
Cannot hope.
1-7. Já começou chutando a porta, velho. Gameplay.
It all means nothing until you step inside.
Halo Infinite. Hã? Demo? Vai ter demo pra gente jogar, é isso?
Am I dead already? I must be. I mean, this is a punishment, right? Yep, this is death. No! No! No, 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 no! This isn't happening. I'm going to have to make an emergency landing. Hold on, Chief. No. No. You. I can't stand this. Who you are. Breathe. No. You don't get to tell me what to do. You don't get to tell me anything. We're... Are you even listening?
I count 3 anti-aircraft cannons.
3 what?
You'll be safe here.
Oh, I'll be safe. Safe? I haven't been safe since I found you. I found you, remember? You were out there on your own, and you'd still be out there if it wasn't for me. I thought I was going home.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the Banished.
You keep saying that. We're outgunned, outnumbered. I know I saw condors over there. I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working sleep space drive. And when you're done with this war, we get away from here. Far away.
Wait here.
Oh, please. Let me see what I can find.
Cannons first. When I get back, we can look. Together.
Okay, big guy.
Eu acho que essa demo vai estar liberada pra gente jogar, viu, velho? Quê? Mundo aberto? Olha o tamanho desse mundo, velho. Mundo aberto agora, Halo, gente. Essa arma aí. Aí tem um arpelzinho estilo Doom. Receba.
Your people are broken, scattered, hunted, defeated by me. I wish I could tell you it was difficult, but it wasn't. We are one step ahead, always. The ring is already under our control. Soon, the auditorium as well. The Harbinger and the Banished share the same goal. We fight together to honor the will of Atriarchs. But without challenge, I grew weary, lost, alone. But here you now stand. This is my last fight. A true test of legends. Our story will outlive us both. Set a fire in your heart, Spartan. Bare your fangs. Fight hard. Die well.
Espero que tenha gostado de ver pela primeira vez a campanha Halo Infinite. Eu estou com muito orgulho da equipe 343 e quero compartilhar um pouco das batalhas épicas que esperam por você no próximo capítulo da jornada do Master Chief. Esta é a campanha mais ambiciosa da 343. Pela primeira vez, os jogadores têm a liberdade de explorar um novo misterioso Halo Ring várias vezes maior do que nos últimos 2 jogos juntos. O Halo Infinite foi construído do zero para aproveitar ao máximo a série Xbox Series X, com maiores batalhas, vistas épicas, efeitos visuais mais complexos, com 60 quadros por segundo impecáveis que podem dar vida ao Halo Ring de maneiras nunca antes possíveis. Vamos compartilhar mais informações sobre o Halo Infinite nos próximos meses, incluindo uma primeira olhada no multiplayer. Então, por favor, vejam agora o que os outros membros da família Xbox Series estão desenvolvendo. Estreia mundial.
Que jogo é esse, mano? Eu chuto que é State of Decay. Mas é só chutando mesmo, assim. State of Decay 3. State of Decay 3? Que isso, velho? Virou AAAzão de peso agora? Que os caras fizeram com State of Decay, velho?
Sejam todos bem-vindos ao Showcase do Xbox Games. Hoje estamos mostrando jogos de 9 de nossos 15 estúdios da Xbox Games, incluindo o lançamento de 5 novos jogos oficiais. O que você verá hoje é como os estúdios da Xbox Games estão trabalhando para dar vida aos seus
Os gráficos do State of Decay, mano.
Acreditamos que
Os
a
gráficos
maneira
são
como
realistas.
você encontra e joga seus jogos é tão importante quanto o dispositivo que você joga. Game Pass da Xbox é a melhor maneira de descobrir e jogar. No entanto, queremos que você consiga experimentar os melhores jogos possíveis. Então, se você é um membro do Game Pass, poderá jogar todos os jogos que você viu aqui hoje, a partir da sua assinatura ou do Free to Play. Esses jogos terão a melhor performance no Xbox Series X, proporcionando fidelidade, desempenho, precisão e imersão inigualáveis. Temos o mais consistente e poderoso console de última geração e construímos a tecnologia de plataforma de ponta para permitir que cada desenvolvedor consiga realizar sua visão completa. Um estúdio que sempre ultrapassou os limites do nosso hardware é o Turn 10. E estão começando a desenvolver o próximo Forza Motorsport e o Xbox Series X. Está tornando o sonho deles de realismo sem precedentes uma realidade, com Ray Tracing e 60 quadros por segundo. O trailer que você está prestes a ver foi capturado completamente no engine. Estreia mundial.
Forza é Forza, né, velho? Só Forza Motorsport, não é mais... Não é 8? Harry. O Forza só a Series X, hein? State of Decay 3 também só Series X.
Has a rhythm. We all sense it.
Curti demais o Halo, tá doido? Mundo aberto.
But only a few truly feel it. It is found in the smallest moments. In every step of a perilous journey. In the symmetry of ritual. In the bonds we share. And in moments of stillness. It teaches us to look beyond the expected. To be a light in dark places. To seek answers. And to stand watch over our world. Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few truly feel it.
Everwild dará a você um mundo natural, mágico e selvagem para você explorar e se perder. É um lugar para ser eternal. E a Eternal tem o dom de sentir seu fluxo mágico através da natureza e conecta todos os seres vivos. A equipe da Rares está muito feliz com esse trabalho da Everwild. E espero que vocês também estejam. Mas gostaria de agradecer a todos que nos apoiaram pelo carinho e pela incrível e positiva comunidade que já se formou a partir desse jogo. Muito obrigada.
Whoa, I just got hit with a flood of memories.
Love you, Mom.
You seeing what I'm seeing?
Mom?
Allison?
Esse jogo já foi mostrado, esse jogo não é hoje premiere não.
It doesn't matter that they don't believe us.
We all believed that what happened that night was self-defense. But we couldn't be sure.
It doesn't matter that they kept us apart.
Brother, sister, we look out for each other.
It doesn't matter that finding the truth feels impossible.
We're all done with fairy tales.
The only thing that matters is you're my brother. And the only way to move forward is to keep looking back.
We've been getting these
Valeu
visions
pela presença aí, galera. Tamo
whenever we see or
junto, hein?
hear something really emotional.
Pensei que ia assistir sozinho, manos.
Everything we thought we knew about Marianne just got thrown out the window.
She loved you. She attacked you. We both saw it.
I thought coming here would be closing a chapter of our lives.
Nothing good comes from stirring up old memories.
We don't really have a choice about that.
There's always a choice, son.
I can't do this. Stop!
Oi pessoal, meu nome é Gennady, eu sou cofundador e diretor de tecnologia da Moon Studios. Hoje é com muita alegria que anunciamos que estamos trabalhando numa versão muito especial do Ori and the Will of the Wisps, especificamente para o Xbox Series X. Estamos no momento em que podemos alcançar níveis de fidelidade quadros por segundo nunca antes possível em qualquer console. Um jogo como Ori pode agora rodar a 120 Hz na sua mais alta qualidade, oferecendo um jogo sem precedentes com animação suave e sedosa, imagem nítida e com baixa latência, que é tão importante para se ter um jogo preciso. Podemos aumentar a imersão em diferentes espaços usando a tecnologia premium de áudio, que antes não era possível simular em tempo real. E com todo esse poder de hardware, podemos oferecer aos nossos jogadores mais opções de como querem jogar. Queremos que todos vocês experimentem essa versão muito especial da Ori, chegando a Xbox Series X com Smart Delivery ainda este ano.
From the furthest reaches of the universe comes the biggest mystery in the galaxy.
An abandoned research facility, and now shady corporate intrigue.
Marvel by the Gorgon asteroid. A sordid stopover, full of salacious secrets. and scandalous strangers. Greetings, attractive patron. You are looking downright unlawful today. With the right kind of case,
they wanted us to develop a miracle drug.
Can put you on the wrong side of a gun. Or sword. Or this thing. Thrills. Danger. Intrigue.
A word of advice before you go, Captain? Trust no one.
What will you find on Gorgon?
Deve ser do Overwatch.
This unit cannot bring you any drinks in its current state.
19 de setembro.
If you're waiting for the biggest game of the year, then wait for Cyberpunk. But if you're ready for the smallest, we've got you covered. From Obsidian Entertainment, the makers of games that are nothing like this one. This summer, strive together to thrive together. Or just feed your friend to the spiders and go solo.
Na Obsidian, estamos dedicados a promover nossos jogos de roleplay. Fazemos isso todos os dias quando chegamos ao escritório. Queremos que você jogue a próxima grande aventura de Peril Gorgon. É o primeiro de 2 pacotes de expansão de histórias para o mundo exterior que estamos desenvolvendo com os nossos amigos da Private Division. É importante também evoluir a maneira como contamos histórias e jogos. E Grounded é um exemplo perfeito disso. Temos trabalhado muito nos últimos 2 anos em como contar uma história Obsidian. Agora você poderá jogar no dia 28 de julho, na pré-visualização do Xbox Games e ter acesso antecipados ao stream. Queremos te ouvir e queremos continuar construindo juntos. Ah, e se você estiver curioso, sim, estamos trabalhando nesse grande RPG da Obsidian. Vejam só, estreia mundial.
We have always known war. It forged our empire, turned heroes into queens and kings, and decimated our foes. Now our oaths are lost, forsaken. And you must face the monsters our sins have borne. Is an oath worth the weight of a crown?
RPG da Obsidian. Tá curtindo, PJ? Tu tá com uma cara meio de decepção? Não, cara, é porque eu tô concentrado assistindo, eu não consigo me expressar assim, igual esses youtubers aí que fica encenando, entendeu?
About é um RPG
eu tô concentrado assistindo.
Em primeira pessoa que se passa no mundo de fantasia de Eora. Quando Obsidian Entertainment entrou
Eu não
na
consigo
Xbox Game
fazer
Studios,
encenação.
eles nos disseram que era esse jogo épico que eles queriam fazer. Como criadores de RPGs aclamados pela crítica, é a Obsidian na sua melhor forma. Está sendo construída para aproveitar ao máximo o poder do Xbox Series X. No Xbox Game Studios, também trabalhamos com desenvolvedores independentes, sempre com o objetivo de capacitá-los a dar vida às suas ideias. Gostaria de anunciar nosso trabalho com o Interior Night, um novo estúdio liderado por alguns dos contadores de histórias mais talentosos no setor. Conheçam agora Caroline Marshall, diretora da Interior Night, para estrear seu jogo original. Bonjour, eu sou Caroline, do Interior Night. Nossa equipe é apaixonada por contar histórias interativas, porque quando você joga, entra no lugar do personagem. Você sente seus medos, suas esperanças, seus conflitos em primeira mão. E no processo você aprende muito mais sobre você. E isso é muito poderoso. Nosso primeiro jogo passa 30 anos no sudoeste americano. É uma história sobre família, resiliência e sacrifício, mas acima de tudo é sobre como você moldará o destino de pessoas com falhas reais, tentando encontrar seu caminho no mundo no qual não se encaixam. Espero que gostem do trailer. Estreia mundial.
Fortune, smile and fade. I haven't seen you much of late. I need you now, I cannot wait. But when I look, you're not around.
We were on our way to start a new life that summer. For our family, it was just a stopover.
For mine, it was the end of the road.
On the ground, now!
The sun went down on all of us that day. Was it fate? Coincidence? No. It was a long-forgotten secret, buried in the dark.
All my life, I've been scared of the shadows. But now, I'm finally ready to step into the light. I got your letters.
Será que vai ter Hellblade, mano?
Trabalhamos duro em todos os nossos projetos, incluindo Senua Saga, Hellblade 2, que anunciamos no Game Awards em dezembro. Mais de 3 milhões de jogadores já vivenciaram a história de Senua e o Hellblade Senua Sacrifice. Gostaríamos de dar uma ideia para vocês do que vem a seguir para nosso guerreiro celta, uma experiência que criaremos no Engine 5 para o Xbox Series X e PC. Estou feliz em revelar hoje que o Senua Saga terá a bela Islândia como locação. E você pode descobrir mais sobre a nossa locação e sobre a história de nosso cenário em um novo diário de desenvolvimento dos bastidores que você pode assistir logo após o show no canal Ninja Theory no YouTube. Foi muito emocionante ver o impacto que o Hellblade Senua Sacrifice teve em tantos jogadores. Estamos muito agradecidos a todos os fãs que fizeram parte da história de Senua até agora. Estamos muito felizes por vocês estarem fazendo parte dessa jornada daqui em diante.
Pensei que ia ser alguma coisa do Hellblade, mano. Double Fine.
Quer dizer, oi, Peter, ele está aqui na linha. Oh, Peter está sentado aqui o tempo todo. Quem escreveu a música? Peter. Ah, Peter, trabalho fantástico, adorei a música. Obrigada, vai ser divertido cantar. Agora é hora de curtir. Vamos curtir então?
Probably been a long time since you've had a visitor. I hope you don't mind pop-ins. Where are we?
Shh. It's a quiet place.
Lost alone, neither skin nor bone. Just a thought is all I've got. Now my cover's blown. At the bottom of a lake, a frozen feeling.
É que essa música vai dar flag, hein, velho?
Back up, I started.
Isso é o Ratchet & Clank do Xbox. Aumentar? Tá baixo o áudio? Ah, eu esqueci. Foi mal. Eu baixei pra... Eu baixei e esqueci de aumentar, velho.
Day the winds might grow stronger, carry us away.
Essas músicas aí, mas pra derrubar a live bem ligeirinho, mas. É o Tetris, né? E aí, na série, beleza, mano? Tá gostando do evento não, mano? É isso aí, cara.
It all starts with a dead girl.
Esse é o The Medium, né? The Medium.
The moon. Scent of pines. And then the gunshot. Every story has two sides. A regular, rational one, but also a darker and deeper truth. Not unlike a nightmare. I can see both. Worse, I can live them.
É o The Ring? Não, Marcelo, passou nada não.
Hello? Anyone there? What is this place?
Esse jogo vai ser massa. The Medium ia ser show, viu?
Estreia mundial.
Mundo expansivo. Esse que é o balde que a galera queria. Phantasy Stars Online 2. Esse jogo tá no Game Pass, esse Phantasy Online.
Luis Torres, I've seen your future. Global risk is scared of the weapon you will become.
Campanha do Crossfire.
Destiny chose me to save this world. And I will see it done.
Blacklist, we make our own path. We protect our own.
Can you protect me from fate?
Campanha ia ser da hora, viu, Júnior?
Soon, the entire world will burn, all because of him.
The ghost is here!
Hoje você viu 10 estreias mundiais e 22 lançamentos
Acabou,
exclusivos de console. Os membros do Game Pass poderão jogar todos os jogos que viram hoje do Xbox Game Studios e de todos os nossos parceiros pela assinatura ou no Free to Play. Isso é apenas um vislumbre de todos os novos títulos da Xbox Series X. E alguns dos jogos que você já ama e outros que ainda não jogaram também serão otimizados para o Xbox Series X. Você receberá as últimas atualizações de jogos como Forza Horizon 4, Gear 5 e Sea of Thieves sem custo adicional quando forem lançadas. Podem esperar mais de 100 títulos para o Xbox Series X no final do ano. Com a Series X e o Game Pass, o Xbox é o lugar para jogar e você está no centro de tudo que fazemos. Agora, você deve ter notado que não visitamos todos os nossos Xbox Game Studios hoje, o que significa que teremos mais para compartilhar ainda este ano. Mas até lá, fique com mais essa. Estreia mundial.
The world is filled with stories of legendary heroes and treacherous villains, of fantastical creatures and wondrous places where nature and magic live in perfect harmony. Not all stories have happy endings. But yours has yet to be written.
Acabou. Vamos lá. State of Decay 3. Campanha do Crossfire também, show. Halo, show. State of Decay 3, show. Forza Motorsport, show. RPG da Obsidian. Mano. Esse The Medium também tá show. Cara, é o seguinte, velho. Tem jogo aí pra todo tipo de gosto. Agora é o seguinte. Jogo da Harry também. O que mais chamou a atenção foi o Halo, State of Decay 3, a campanha do Crossfire. É isso aí, galera. Agora é assistir os trailers aí. E aí, Ismael? Ismael é sonistinha doente, né? Cara, é aquela coisa, velho. Tem jogo aí pra todo tipo de gosto, entendeu? Agora, quem é fã de PlayStation vai continuar fã de PlayStation. Quem é fã de Xbox vai continuar fã de Xbox. Não tem jeito. Você não vai ver o fã de PlayStation hypado com os jogos de Xbox, e você não vai ver os fãs de Xbox hypado com os jogos de PlayStation, véio. Entendeu? Eu vou trabalhar agora. Obrigado aí pra quem acompanhou junto aí. Tamo junto. Valeu, manos.